No time to cry, die. Is it worth a watch? Well, let's read the words of... There's no words, Mac. Let's just get on with it. First up, guys, there's going to be spoilers in this. So if you haven't seen this movie and you intend watching it, don't watch this video because I'm going to spoil everything. I have to in order to give you my opinion on it. So there's that. So leave now if you don't want it spoiled. Here we go. This is No Time to Die. I watched this last night, and it's such a shame that I've watched the last ever James Bond movie. It's awful. I mean, they kill him off in the end, so they can't have any more. James Bond dies at the end of this movie. That's that. He's gone. No more James Bond movies. There'll be more 007 movies, and I dread to think the actual state of who will be playing this character of 007. I certainly won't be watching any, not even to critique it. That's me. I'm done with a franchise, just like I'm done with Star Trek, just like I'm done with Star Wars, just like I'm done with all these things like Doctor Who. I refuse to watch the shit show that they've turned it into, because it's not what I want out of the specific franchises. What do I want out of a James Bond movie? I want a male chauvinist pig who thinks that women are only there to screw, and he just goes from one to another, drinking vodka and martinis, shaken not stirred, and kicking the shit out of everybody with gadgets and just hilarious one-liners that in real life you just totally wouldn't say in that situation. But that is Bond. That is who he is. That's why I watch him. And if you're going to take all that away, then you ain't got Bond anymore, have you? You just got some prick in a tux. Now, this latest Bond film, there's about half an hour's worth of Bond in it. Maybe it's a little bit longer, but it's a 2.5 hour movie, I think. It's mainly just an action movie. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it. It didn't come across as a Bond movie. There was a lot of diluted Bond in this, which was a shame. There's some great moments of Bond where there's good car chases in his DB5, where the headlights pop down and the machine guns come out. There's mines coming out from under the car, smoke screens, lots and lots of gadgets like that. Some great moments where you just realise you are watching a great Bond movie. And you know what? Daniel Craig is one of my all-time favourite Bonds. I think he plays the role great. He sticks his lips out when he's doing something heroic. He's just a man's man when he's playing Bond. He's fantastic. And he shines a lot in this movie, especially when it's the Bond bits. But unfortunately, this movie's just killing everybody off that is associated with Bond. I mean, Bond himself gets killed off. Blofeld, who's been in loads of Bonds, he's killed off. Felix Leiter, the CIA guy, he's killed off. It's like they're just wiping the slate clean so they can bring in their version of who they want to be a 007 secret agent for 2021 and beyond. And it's not something that I care to watch. I dread to see the state of who ends up as Bond. Well, it can't be Bond. It's going to just be 007 now, I guess, because the name Bond's gone now. Now, Bond does have a daughter, a little girl in this, so I'm sure at some point she'll grow up to be a Bond, and the name's Jane Bond or something. I don't know what the hell. But anyway, let's get into this plot. So what you've got is a bioweapon. Now, the bioweapon in this plot it's a great plot. It's really far-fetched, but really interesting. This bioweapon, they're like robotic little thingies that go into your bloodstream, and you can program them to kill even a whole race of people, or a bloodline, or a type of person, because what they're used for is they kill off the entire group of Spectre agents. Spectre set a trap to kill Bond. Remy Malek, who plays the arch-villain in this, he's had them reprogrammed to take out Spectre. And so you have this scene where Bond's about to die with this gas that comes down of these nanite things, these probes, or whatever you call them, and it kills all the Spectre people instead, which was a good part of the movie. So it switches away from Spectre, even though you think it's a Spectre movie, it isn't. It switches away from that and goes more for this Remy Malek guy, who is an assassin, and he's out to kill the father of James Bond's current girlfriend, but it's a flashback, so she's only a little girl at the time. So you see Remy Malek coming into the house where the dad lives, but he's not home. She's just there with her mum. So he kills her mum, chases her out the house. She falls through some ice. He kind of rescues her after tormenting her for a while. Then it cuts back to the present day where Bond's on holiday with her. She's all grown up. She's a woman. He's now in love with her, and he's on holiday with her. And he's right near where Vesper Lynd is buried. Her tomb's there. And that's the girlfriend that he fell in love with in a previous Bond movie. Basically, Bond visits Vesper Lynd's grave, and the grave explodes. He's going there to put an end to sort of get closure on his relationship with her, so he can get on with his life with this new woman. But when he gets there, the tomb explodes. He gets chased off some bad guys who are trying to kill him, and one of them says that his current girlfriend's the daughter of Spectre, so he kind of blames her for setting him up, which she didn't, and he finds out later on that it was Rami Malek, again just interfering. So Bond's back at MI6, and that's when he meets the new 007. Is it Nori or somebody? I can't remember. And she's the 007, and it's hilarious. When you see her for the first time, he says, "Bring in 007," and she walks in. I just burst out laughing. I just thought, sorry, you're trying to erase 50 years? F*** off. No way. Just shut up. It just looked ridiculous. Absolutely. They might as well have walked in little Ted off play school. And I mean, it was just so stupid that everybody in the world has been programmed for 50 years that James Bond is 007. And then they march in this skinny girl. She's the new 007. It was just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And let's just talk about her right now and what she does in the movie. She has one scene, essentially, in the whole movie. And it's at the point where the guy who's programming the virus, and he threatens her. He says, "I could wipe out your entire race." You know, so they're obviously playing the race card. And so she kills him for that with a smart-ass one-liner. And that's pretty much all. She kills about 5 guys in the movie. She's there purely for that thing about the race thing. And it's just... It's unbelievable to watch. I mean, you know, at the end of every Bond movie, Bond goes into the arch-villain's headquarters to take them out by himself. Sometimes in the middle of the fight, the reinforcements will come from the Royal Marines or the American military or something, you know, like we've seen in so many movies like Moonraker and that. And it's the same in this, except the reinforcements don't come. But he goes into the enemy headquarters, but this time he goes in with 007, and she kills 5 people, and that scientist, then she buggers off. So that's it. Totally didn't need to be there. She did absolutely nothing that James Bond would have done himself in every other single Bond movie. It was just so obvious she was baggage. It was just so badly done, and I'd lost interest by then in it being a Bond movie anyway. By that time it had turned into just an all-out action film. There was some great times in the movie though. There was some really good acting. There was some good plot twists as well. When Blofeld gets it, I'm not going to go into that, but that was a really nice scene when Blofeld got it. One of my favourite scenes was when Bond walks into M's office, and he's sensing that M's becoming a pussy, and he says something like, I can't remember exactly what he says, but it's something like, "Have you got smaller, or has this desk got bigger?" And he has this sarcastic smirk on his face. In other words, are you a pussy now? And they have a bit of an exchange and all that, and Bond winds him up. M tells him to pee off, kind of, and as he's walking out, he says, "Yeah, the desk's the same size." In other words, yeah, you're a pussy. And that scene is one of my favourite scenes in the movie because it was very well acted, directed, and written. But there wasn't enough of it. There wasn't enough of that kind of Bond in the movie for me. It was just action stuff, and where it's going to go now, I dread to think, because it's now going to lose what Bond is. And you know, we all love Bond because he is Bond. You know, we don't love Bond because he's a 007 MI6 agent. We like him because of his personality. I mean, his personality is horrible. I mean, you know, I can't imagine anybody being like that in real life. You know, he doesn't care whether he offends anybody. He doesn't care if he uses anybody. If he does what he does to get the job done, and if that means shagging 10 women to get there, then he'll do that. And that's why we all love him, and they're going to take that away. And so, well, good luck to them, really. But it's just gonna be a flop, in my opinion. They've even took the Bond girls out. I mean, there's no Bond girls. There's one girl who plays Paloma. She's beautiful. She's in a revealing dress, and that made me think, here we go, a bit of Bond coming up. But she was great. She had a lot of charisma about her character. She could look after herself as well. That was a really good part of the movie. I thought she was a bit different to other Bond girls because I just think she played the part very, very well. Really hard as nails kind of fighter. Just suited the role really well. Sometimes you see some Bond actresses and they just didn't really fit. You just think, yeah, I know why you're there. You're just there for them two reasons there, you know. But in this case, it was different. She was definitely a good actress. So that was another one of the good moments in the movie. I mean, there is some good things in the movie. It is a good movie, and you know, whether you like Bond or not, you'll probably enjoy it. It's just a shame that it's not a Bond movie, and that's what I wanted. And so yeah, but I've got the box set on Blu-ray of every Bond movie ever made. So you know, no doubt they'll be burning them all soon and deleting them. But I've got mine for life, so they can go f themselves. So there you go, guys. That's my take. It's not really a review, this. It's just how I feel about watching No Time to Die. So I'll see you later.